People of the Alliance. Hello, I'm the Walrus. And this is episode 6 of Let's Play World of Warcraft, Draenei Hunter. We've got a couple things that I forgot to do last episode because I'm a stoner. Namely, I forgot to buy the light crossbow from Mura, the weaponsmith over at the crash site. So I went and did that before I started recording. It cost me like almost 3 silver, and that's all I had. So so I'm going to equip that. As you can see, it does 11 damage for 4.4 damage per second, and that's replacing this shitty ass weathered crossbow. So that'll speed up killing mobs. As you can see, our range damage has gone up much higher than what it was before. So we've added a bunch of damage to our attacks, and we can sell this weathered crossbow later. Let's get on with the quests. It is 7:48. Okay. Gotta watch that clock. Yeah, I'm real sorry about last week's episodes. I had to split them in 2. Did not want to do that, trust me. And I've also switched my fraps to recording in full screen mode again because I didn't like how you couldn't read everything in last week's episode. It's not very high definition, but hey, you know what? Shit happens. Okay, so this guy's been attacked by blood elves. He's found a bunch of blood elves holding out on Shadow Ridge. He offers a couple pieces of armor for reward if we were to just go over there and kill some of them for him. Funny as it is, these mobs are actually hostile. Well, they're not hostile anymore, but they used to be towards horde characters, even though blood elves are horde. This is because these blood elves here are allied to Kael'thas Sunstrider. He comes into play, you know, a bit towards the early game, but more towards the level 60s when we're in Outland. So you'll see quite a bit of him then, which is quite far away. So what we have to do is we have to go kill 10 of these blood elf scouts, because they're wreaking havoc in Shadow Ridge in the Amon Vale. Attacking Talon. That wasn't nice. A couple steady shots in there. But yeah, as you can see, our damage has gone up drastically since the last thing that we did.
I need to target something.
So you're just going to keep plugging away until you get 10 blood elf scouts dead. We'll loot those guys. They'll drop tough hunks of bread, some copper, maybe some water too. These are just items that you can sit down and eat if you get hungry, or sorry, if you get damaged. It'll refill your health. Hunters used to use mana and need water, but they don't have that anymore, so don't have to worry about any water. Boom, there you go, level up. Now we're level 5. That doesn't unlock anything for us, but you know, it does bring us up a level. It brings our attack power, right? We learned that already. And that'll increase all of our abilities just a wee bit. See, it doesn't really tell us that much information on what happens when we level. Anyway, we finished the quest, so we're going to return to Talon at the Shadow Ridge in Amon Vale. Here he is. What's up, Talon? Still hurting? I bet. Okay, so he offers us a couple of pieces of armor. He offers us some cloth, some leather, and some mail for the chest slot. If you get the cloth, that's what you'll look like, and there's the mail. But we're going to take the leather because that's what we can wear, and it's way better than cloth. So let's take a look at that. That's not too bad at all, and better yet, we match again. So let's put that on, shall we? And it's also replacing cloth too, right? So that's a good thing. What else? He's got another quest for us called Blood Elf Spy, with a good bunch of rewards, and he's come up with a plan well, for me to run in there and kill the leader of all the blood elves that are loyal to Kael'thas. As you can tell right here, this banner is definitely not the horde blood elf banner. And that's how we can tell that these guys are not allied with the Horde. So we're going to run up here, up Shadow Ridge. They got a big camp of Blood Elves. And yeah, just like the Nestlewoods, these guys used to be all hostile too, so this used to be a bit more challenging. Until they nerfed the starting zones and they got really easy. So this is your first named mob as a Draenei. Surveyor Candrass. She's doing some whack shit to a floating red crystal. It must be nefarious and she must die. Let's do it. I'm surprised. There we go. Gimme moth. Or gimme cloth. Not taking much aggro from her, were ya? Okay, notably, she drops something called the Blood Elf Plans. This is a quest item. You can tell that by taking a look at your bags and seeing the exclamation mark above the actual item that she just dropped. So we're gonna right-click that in order to accept the quest. Basically, you found some Blood Elf Plans on Surveyor Candrass's body, and they detail an attack at the crash site or something along those lines. Regardless what they detail, they look important, and we should return them to the Vindicator. So we're going to do that at our first opportunity. We're also going to sell the rest of our equipment, make some money, and turn in the very last quest of the Amon Vale, and be done with it. How awesome is that? I'm excited. Take a look at Silverline Lake there. It's nice and healed now. We did that. Beauty. Off in the distance, there's the Nestlewoods, and you know, we made those a better place too. Look at that, we got somebody there. Nikaira, what up? So anyway, here he is, Vindicator Aldar. We're going to turn in our 2 quests to him. We're also going to upgrade our melee weapon, even though we will not be using it. First, we'll turn in the Blood Elf Plans. Why not? Okay. I found this on her body, and he gets pretty angry because this is him just finding out that the Blood Elves are setting up an attack on all the Draenei. So he's pretty angry, and you know, he's got to think of something to do with that. So gives us 1 silver, beauty, and a bunch of experience. We've already leveled up to 5, but why not turn in another quest, right? Okay. So this guy's thankful that we found his missing scout, and we took care of all the Blood Elves there. Now he offers us a weapon. This ranges from the Exodar dagger, the Exodar short sword, the Exodar staff, the Exodar maul, which we can't use, the Exodar crossbow, which looks kind of whack, but we already have a better crossbow because we just bought one. They also give you the Exodar bastard sword. Now this weapon is actually better than any 2-handed weapon that you can buy here at the crash site. So, because it deals the most damage, and there are sometimes situations where you do have to swing with your melee weapon, I'm going to pick this because it does the most damage, and later on sells for the most.
Remember the lessons of the past.
So we're going to equip that, and we got a new look going on. Pretty sweet, right? Vindicator Aldar's got another quest for us, called the Emitter. And basically he says that he thinks that Technician Zana is finished with all the repairs that she needed to do. So we're going to talk with her, turn in her quest, and she tells you that she's fixed the Emitter, and that it's showing some crazy ass stuff going on in it. And here we got a little cinematic for you guys. I'll let you read it. So basically we found another Draenei, it seems. And he somehow knows that we're the guys who helped fix the Emitter. And he tells you about a place called Azure Watch. What can this be? He's like, dang, okay, cross the Crystalbrook. And how does he even know what it's called? But anyway, he tells us that they've got a site set up across the river, and then he fades away because it's, you know, the emitter's not totally fixed. It's a rookie technician in charge.
Open your heart.
Anyway, she offers us a new quest called Travel to Azure Watch. She thanks you for all the help that you've brought to the crash site, and tells you that, yeah, communication has to be made with the town of Azure Watch that some Draenei have apparently set up across the river. So we've got a book out of Vale after selling a bunch of our stuff,
All prices here are reasonable.
giving us a total of 4 silver and 84 copper. Now, what I want to do is buy a bunch of armor upgrades. Now, what you can see here, the cracked leather belt, the cracked leather vest, and the cracked leather pants have already been met by what we're wearing. So, I want to show you guys what we'd look like if we didn't buy those, and what you guys would be buying if you didn't have enough copper to fill everything out. So, I'm gonna get these 3. That's what you guys would look like. I'm also gonna buy the belt, the vest, and the pants, even though it's not really an upgrade. I like matching, so so let's take a look what we look like with all our new clothes on. There we go, green hunters again. Kind of like what we looked like when we started, but whatever.
May you find what you seek.
Sell our stuff, gives us a total of 2 silver, 60 copper. And with that, we are out of the crash site. We'll never be coming here again. So say goodbye, wave goodbye. I'll give you one last good view of it, and then yeah, we're actually gonna head to the entrance to the starting zone, and that's where we'll end our video. One last look at the almond fields. We went flower picking there once. Far view of the crash site. There's Silverline Lake. And yeah, so we've met a couple, you know, NPCs. Cool story. We've healed the land surrounding here, or we've done what we could anyway, with the help of Botanist Terex. We've encountered Owlkin, which I know a lot of other races don't get to see until much later in the story. What else have we done? We found out that the Blood Elves are setting up camp in Draenei territory. These are in fact the Blood Elves that chased them away from the land of Draenor in the first place. So yeah, apparently they have somehow managed to get back with the Draenei to Azeroth, and we'll find out quite a bit more about that in some later episodes, and it definitely gets pretty heavy in the level 12 to 20 zone for the Draenei. And we'll take care of that later on. And here we're coming up to the entrance. This is the valley, or the canyon that leads to Amon Vale, and again leads out to Azure Watch. So this is going to be pretty epic. We've got a quest giver here named Aeon, who we will chill with next time. Next week. So I'll sit down here, take a little breather, and I will see you guys next week. And let's play World of Warcraft, the Draenei Hunter. It's been a blast. I don't have much else to say this episode. What did we do? We hit level 5. We acquired new armor. It's all leather now, so that's glorious. And we've got 2 new weapons too. So we have maximized our DPS. It's about as high as it'll go. Even our melee damage does more now, and yeah, we take a lot less damage because we're decked out in leather armor if we were to get hit, which we will try not to do because GimmeCloth, our moth, is quite the pet for us, isn't he? Alright, anyway guys, I will see you next week. I am the Walrus. Toodaloo.